Hey, beauty consultants of the Shine Unit and those in our Pacesetters program. Well, I wanted to say welcome to week 2. I was off last week as I was in San Diego for a leadership conference with Mary Kay. And I know you're going to get the replay on this because I didn't remind you about our live time together. I'm a little bit under the weather. I'm okay. I think I'm just tired from travel and taking a red eye and then trying to jump back into life. So I'm just a little bit out of sorts, and but it's good. It's good. I'm going to make this a short, concise one with maybe inviting you to consider a lot of things that you could do to improve your team building at your appointments, and then maybe we could discuss, one-on-one what you're thinking about and what you might be challenged with, or what you think is a good idea, or what's in your comfort zone, so we'll figure out things that work for you. I don't have my usual level of glam that I would like to have for a broadcast, but no, you guys love me, and I'm having a Mary Kay party tonight with 6 people, so I will be glamming it up for that. All right, well, I wanted to talk with you about, I'm so excited about this cruise promotion. I know that you've been seeing us post about it in our Shine Facebook group, and I wanted to just start out by redirecting you to this tracking sheet that is in our group files. And so it's really concise, really easy to just look at a glance and sort of know where you are on target. This would be, each of these little pie pieces is $100 in wholesale orders. And so the whole wheel would be 600 wholesale, and there are 6 of them. So the requirement to earn the cruise would be to have 3,600 wholesale between January 1st. Remember, it's cumulative, January 1st through June 30th. On this side, the circles represent Great Start qualified team members, so your new team members, and there would be 6 of those. And P.S., January counts double, so January is a big month. And then on the bottom, it would be you helping 3 of your team members become star team builders themselves. And so what I wanted to reiterate to you is that if you can learn how to do this and teach it to your new team members or model it for them, remember the training is really, the majority of that is my responsibility. And so I don't want you to feel overwhelmed about that. That's really where I come in, but you could be modeling this, and there is really a simple way to do it. And that's really what I wanted to talk about today. I know that some of you may be overwhelmed about sorry, now it says my battery on my computer is low. How crazy is that? I thought I was plugged in. Anyway, I'll keep talking and I will get my power cord. Like my lovely, that's my home office. Okay, sorry guys, this is what happens when you work at home. Life, the typical chaos. I'm gonna plug in, hang on. Okay, so you may be overwhelmed by thinking about how would I possibly, build a team and then help them to get into red. And I want to just again say that it's really simple. You do appointments with your customers, you do them full circle. You get new team members, you get new hostesses and new customers, all of that. That's the definition of full circle, that all of those things are happening. And then when you get new team members, you're just modeling that same behavior to them, same activity. And when they learn that from the get-go, that's what's normal. And so they'll do the same. And so really, Mary Kay is mathematical. It's not magical. And so all we need to do is see the right numbers of people to do the right level of activity to have those results. But what I wanted to share with you are some of the really simple things that you could be doing at your appointments to be making sure that this result is happening for you. I know that I may have talked about this last time, but I wanted to show you. So tonight I will be bringing my flip chart. I have a party with 5 or 6 women tonight. And I always use the flip chart because the idea behind the flip chart is that, one, I want to stay on track. I always love scripts, even when I'm booking people. I don't want to even have to think at all. I want to be all into it with my emotion and my voice over the phone. And I just want to not even be thinking about anything else. So I look at a script and I do the same thing with a flip chart. Even though I can do a skincare party with my eyes closed, I want to be really all in with the people and not be worrying that I have to think about what I'm going to say next. So I use it there as sort of a safety net. But the other reason why I love using the flip chart is because I believe that at every party, and Mary Kay said this herself, at every party, there is a new beauty consultant in the room. And somebody may be looking at you thinking, oh my gosh, I love this product and I know I would love the extra money, but I can't imagine ever being able to do what she does. And when she sees you rely on a flip chart, you're already helping her to overcome one of her biggest fears. And so I love this. And so on this page, when it comes to the end part, now I also do marketing if I'm doing a spa experience where they're going to be trying a mask, because there's a little bit of time there. And I do go over some of the team building information. Now, you may have heard of Mrs. Cab. It was every letter in Mrs. Cab, so MRSCAB, stood for something about the Mary Kay career opportunity that was appealing to most people. And I've loved doing that for so long. But recently at Leadership Conference, I listened to National Sales Director Stacey James talk about something and I just liked it. And as a matter of fact, I used it on our Pink Possibilities Live that Rebecca Carson and I did the other night. And really liked it. You know, I loved the flow of it, and it was just something fun and new, but it was simple. And if you wanted, I can get you this sheet. In fact, I'm going to upload this to our Shine unit page, so this will be in the files. And so through the beauty experience, whether I'm doing a mask or not, I play a card game. So what I do is I have like a little goodie bag. I have little goodie bags with little prizes in them. And prizes meaning like little giveaways. So right now, because we've had it switched to the new Chroma Fusion eyeshadows, I'm using classic eyeshadows as gifts, right? Because they're still good. There's nothing wrong with them, but those are like little things that I will give away, or little mini hand cream. So you can get those things on section 2. You could give away an eyeliner. I mean, just things that are like under $10. And so I use things like that as giveaways. And I have a deck of cards, and every time somebody asks me a question about the company information, I'll give them a card. And then I tell them who's competitive, because, you know, at the end, somebody's going to be a winner. And I said, it doesn't matter how many cards you have to like count up the face value of your cards. And so it becomes like, well, somebody got a 10-pointer and, you know, somebody else got a card that only has 2 on it. So now she wants to ask more questions. It's just fun. But what I do is I present some of the reasons why a Mary Kay career or job opportunity, business opportunity is appealing to most people. And then I have them ask me questions. And so then really the conversation is led by them, because they are, they're really into it. They're going to ask lots of questions, but that was guided by them. And if they want to spend 20 minutes asking questions, that's fine by me. You know, it wasn't like I was forcing them to sit in a chair and listen to me speak. So I love it because it's interactive and it's fun, and they are really guiding the amount of time that we spend doing that. So it's fun. So here are the 4 F's of Mary Kay, and they are finances, freedom and flexibility, friends, fun, and frivolous, and then foundational growth. So I'll quickly review with you, and I would love for you to download this sheet Again, I'll put it in the files in our Shine page, but the 4 F's. So the first F is for finances. We are highest paid direct sales commission in the United States, earning 50% of what we sell. So essentially, the best way to explain that to a customer is we buy something for $1, sell it for $2. So we get that great 50% earning. We can make shoebox cash or shameless shoe fund cash, like just enough to buy yourself a new pair of shoes, or big girl bucks, like, career money, like I am as a sales director. We earn team building commissions, and that is paid by Mary Kay corporate profits. And so that's why we are a dual marketing company. We are not a multi-level or a pyramid. Okay. So that's finances. Freedom and flexibility. You guys, that's pretty much self-explanatory. You know what that means. There's no quotas, there's no territories. And then what I'd like to do is share something personal to me about what the flexibility has meant to me. Each of you have your own story. Some of you are teachers, and so you can talk about how you work it around your work hours, and then maybe in the summertime you ramp up your business because you have a little extra time to develop more clientele, and then in September maybe you slow down and just service your customers, and you have the flexibility to do it how it fits best into your already busy life. I know that some people who are listening to us are caring for elderly parents. And my story was that I became suddenly single when I decided to become a boss babe with Mary Kay. And so I had to really design my time for working my business around my kids' schedule. And what that meant for me as a single mom was that, bedtime was 8 o'clock, and there were lots of times where women came to my kitchen table at 8:30 at night. And they loved it because they were moms too. So I put my kids to sleep. They put their kids to sleep. And then they got to go out of the house for an hour, and they didn't need to clean up. So they got to come to my kitchen table and have a cup of tea. So the flexibility is so great, and it appeals to everyone. And you can have your own personal story that something personal to you that you fit into how that works. Friends, fun, and frivolous. Oh my gosh. Well, we have fun. I mean, when we go to work, we're showing up at a party. Friends, obviously, the camaraderie of Mary Kay is second to none. And then frivolous, like the diamonds and the prizes and the goodie bags and the things that Mary Kay gives us as star consultant, diamonds and cars and all of that stuff. That's the extras. Okay? So that's fun to talk about too. And then the last F is foundational growth. And foundational growth is basically recognition, which raises a person's self-worth and self-esteem, and just doing training and going slightly outside of your comfort zone every single time you do something to grow yourself in your business, you gain more self-confidence. And so here's a great question to ask people. I can't wait to ask this tonight. If you had 10 times more self-confidence, what would your life look like right now? And I love this question because what I have personally experienced with myself, and then also with coaching others, when they message me and they tell me something they've done in their life that required an extra bit of courage that maybe they didn't have before, or they'll say, I remember when we did this training and I heard this, and so when I was faced with this situation, fill in the blank. I love it because the self-confidence that we gain in our business does not just remain in the business realm. We take that and we do life with it. So I love that question. And I bet that every woman alive could have an answer. Even if she doesn't say it out loud, she would be thinking, what would her life look like if she had 10 times more self-confidence? So anyway, that's just a fun way to talk about all of the benefits of a Mary Kay business. I love it. The 4 F's of Mary Kay. I'm putting this over here to remind myself to upload it into our Shine page. And so that's just a fun way to introduce the business information. Now, being prepared at your appointments is always a great thing too. So when I go to my appointment, I have a bag. It's ready to go. It's a tote bag. It's right behind this door here. It has all my literature in it for the skincare party, which includes my flip chart, profile cards, sales slips, recruiting information. You know, I've got tons of different things, you know, that I give out to people. If you are interested in a specific team building packet, you know, that you need, I probably could upload this too. But anyway, I have it on my computer. I can send you stuff. But just to be able to hand somebody something to take home. In fact, I'm going to try this tonight too. This is something I learned at Leadership Conference, that when we're doing this game of the asking the questions, so you present that 4 Fs, let's say, and then you say, what questions do you have? You know, and you give them a card for every question that they have. And then you could say something like, okay, 5 extra cards for anybody who just agrees to take home a team building packet. Company information. No strings attached. Just give them some information. So you always want to have your printed literature with you. The other thing that you could do is make sure that you have a picture of the starter kit. This is one that the company sent me. But you could print one out and laminate it and just make sure that you have a good copy for everyone to see. So people want to know what the starter kit looks like. We have copies of that as well. And the other thing is, this is one that was filled out by somebody. This is called Tell Us What You Think. And this is a half piece, all right? So each paper has 2, so you can print it and cut them in half. And this would be a great way for you to bring the people that you meet to get them in front of me. So there's a couple ways here. Actually, there's 3 ways that we could do this. Because again, I'm just asking you to consider sharing. But if you are really not confident yet in all of the skills or all of the words, or just it just makes you nervous to think about, but I don't know how to recruit. All I want you to do is consider looking at each person and considering, would this be somebody, if she were interested and we could find a benefit for her life, would she be somebody that I would love to have on my team? And if the answer is yes, then the next step is all about 3 ways of getting in front of this person. Actually, I'm going to throw in a 4th way. Also in my tote bag, I have paper beauty agreements. Now, you can do a beauty consultant agreement right on your phone, but you may be in a place where you don't have Wi-Fi, or if somebody needs reading glasses like I do, they might not be able to see your phone. But guess what? When you're passionate enough and you are just confident enough and bold enough to literally talk about this information at your beauty appointments, don't be surprised, but you're going to have some people who are going to sign up right on the spot, and you need to be prepared for that. You want to be prepared for that. So that's going to be one way. All right. But and so if they don't sign up on the spot, then there's going to be 3 other ways that we could get me and you face to face with this person to explore next steps. All right. So the first way would be, if you just ask everyone to fill one of these out, it says their name, their phone number, their interests, okay? And they could check all that apply. So the first one says hosting a party, scheduling a one-on-one appointment, attending another Mary Kay event, or starting my own Mary Kay business. And they could check all that apply. And then it says, how would you rate your interest level in the Mary Kay business opportunity? Scale of 1 to 10. And then it says, what information would you need to move you from the number you circled above to a 10? Like, what questions or concerns do you have? Okay, and then there's a place for them to write. So if you could ask every person just to fill this out, let them know that you are, in a challenge with your team to get the most opinions or whatever. Have them fill this out. And then you and I could review all of them. So you could take a snapshot of this. and get it to me, and then we can begin talking about what might be the next steps with each person. So could you imagine if you had one of these filled out for every single person that you put Mary Kay products on? That would be amazing. So I promise you, if you just go through these simple steps, we can build your team. So this tell us what you think form would be one way that you could begin the process of collecting some data and then review it with me. Another way would be for you to ask each person if they were interested in providing feedback, because we are doing a cash drawing and we occasionally do a Michael Kors drawing presently, because I know some people might be watching a replay months later, but presently we are doing a Michael Kors bag drawing. So there's always an incentive for the customer. You can ask them if they would provide feedback, and you could present them with a company video. And there's two ways to do that. One is you can have them saved on your phone, like in the notes section, where you can have a link to a video and you could just text and send them a video immediately. Or you can go to our website, and there's a whole opportunity page with lots of different videos for them to choose from. Presently, at the time of this recording, our website is www.shineunit.pink. And then you can go to the opportunity page. So there's a bunch of headings at top, and there's one that says opportunity. And if it asks you for a password, it's vision, VISION, all lowercase. All right. So that's another way that people can, get some information. And then we ask them if we can follow up with them. And the other way would be for you to take part in our Pink Possibilities group that we have, where I go live every week. Starting this week, we started it. Actually, we did one on Wednesday night that was super successful. We had a lot of guests joining on, and it was a live event that I hosted, I guess you would say, with Rebecca Carson, and that was a lot of fun. Today at 4:30, she's going live to do one to tell her personal eye story. So in this group, we add people, and then they could either jump on when we're going on live, or they can come back to watch a replay. So there's a multitude of ways that we could be sharing information with people and getting their feedback and helping you to build their team. Now, if you're local to me, presently I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, so I have a workshop every week and a couple of events a month on Saturdays. So there are multiple opportunities to be in my space with your guests. And also, I have been doing traveling to some of you who are in New Jersey and other areas too. Pretty soon, we're going to be doing Texas and California, because our team is growing in those two places. But, if it's not me personally, we're going to be hooking you up with adopted units where you could get plugged in where you are in your own geographic area, and you could be exposing people to more of the Mary Kay world. All right. So, but it all starts at your skincare appointment. So I really hope that I have sort of, what's the word that I want to say, taken the fear out of how to do this. Like, you don't really need to know how. You don't need to know every single word or every single benefit. You don't. You just need to present some information. And then when they have more questions, we can follow up if you don't feel confident answering them. Let's say that you even thought, well, what if I do the 4 F's and they ask me some deep questions that I can't answer? This is how I might handle it if I were nervous and I was a new beauty consultant. I would still talk about the 4 F's. Like I said, you could read this and then kind of like pick 1 or 2 lines from each one that really speaks to you. And instead of inviting, what questions do you have? You could say something like, I'll give each of you an extra card if you tell me which one of the 4 F's would be the most exciting to you. So you're asking them a question. And it's not scary because you don't have to get into a lot of detail. I mean, I think people can make a pretty quick decision about whether they would like finances, freedom, flexibility, friends, fun and frivolous, and foundational growth. You know, it's not rocket science. And you know what else I bet? I bet if you were to do that, you'd have people that go, "Oh my gosh, do I need to pick just one?" It all sounds great. Now, I want you to picture yourself doing that in an appointment. Like, really think about that. If you could just see in your mind's eye that you're in front of people, or one person or two people, and you were to say stuff like that about the business opportunity, and they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, how could I pick one?" Or, "That's so awesome." Do you know that you have already turned a switch in their head that says, "My goodness, wow, this is great." You have presented the benefits, and I believe that most women can feel all of these benefits and already begin thinking in their mind, you know, how could these benefits really apply to their life? So my point is, you just don't need to know a lot of detail. I really pray that if you're watching me and you feel fairly new, that you don't think that you need to wait until you know anything. Because if you know how to explain, we make money, we have freedom and flexibility, we have fun, we make friends, and we have foundational growth, boom, you just did the Mary Kay career opportunity. So please don't make it, just don't complicate it. Please don't complicate it. I have faith in you. I know you can do it. The question is, will you? So I just pray that you will. And if you have any hesitation about it, let's talk about it. Let me help you with your foundational growth, right? So the next thing that I wanted to talk about is, you know, we just explained and reviewed how you might be sharing the company information once you're in front of people. And some of you might be thinking, okay, but I'm not in front of people yet, or I need some ways to get in front of people. And so I'm just going to tell you two things before I sign off. One is, and I think I'm going to leave it at this because I think they're simple enough. And then I give you the opportunity to put this into place before we talk next time. All right, next week. I'm going to take a sip of water. In my purse, I have at all times little samples. Little goodie bags. These goodie bags I got from a website called My Girlfriend's House, and they sell them in packages of like 100. So maybe if you don't need that many, you'll need that many though if you're working. But you could split it with somebody, another beauty consultant. They're really cute. They're little cello bags, and they have a little thing that peels off here, so they stick, and then you can fold it over. So this one was a little size. It's black and white. And this one is purple. I don't want to rip my sticker on the back, but I do have my information on it. Now this is a time-wise sample. And so I call this one the skincare. You could put microdermabrasion in there or use time-wise. And actually, you know how our time-wise is pink for normal to dry and purple for combination to oily? The company has pink and purple stickers. So I just put it on the back. So when I pull it out of my purse and she says, "This happened this morning," I said to the gal, "Can I give you some skincare?" And I said, "Is your skincare normal to dry or combo oily?" And she said, "Combo to oily." So I grabbed a purple one. I didn't even have to like fuss about it. So samples. This one is a little fragrance sampler, the scratch card. And then this is a lip liner, an eyeliner, and a little lip dot. Guys, you can put anything in here. Just don't go crazy with samples. But I thought it was really cute and it looks nice, and it's nice to be able to hand to somebody. And then what I do is I have a digital business card that's really simple. It's a photo that I have saved in my phone. And so I rarely give out business cards, because if you give out a business card it can tend to be a one-way communication because it's like, here's my card, and then now what? So what I do is I will pretend like I just thought of it. I'll say, oh, here's a sample. You know what? I'll give you my card. And then I go, oh, you know what? I have a digital card. I can text it to you. All right. So I pull it up. In my albums, I have an album that's Mary Kay. And then what I do is I pull up the picture. I just created one on Pic Collage, got my picture on it, my contact info, phone number, email, website. And then I go, all right, let me text it to you. So now her phone number is in your phone. And then I'll say, okay, so like today the gal's name was Tatiana. I said, all right, Tatiana, I'm going to just say, hi, Tatiana, so that I remember who I text this to. And then later I can program her name in and everything, but just to be quick wherever we are. So always be prepared, always be ready for a conversation. And a lot of times people say to me, well, where do I meet new customers? Well, outside of all of the ways that we have for networking and lead generating, the one obvious one is that if you meet people and you're having a conversation and you feel like you've made a connection with this person, or you mention Mary Kay or who knows what, wherever you are, you're just prepared to be able to introduce your business to them. And busy moms can put them in diaper bags, and everybody can throw them in their handbag, or if you're going to school, you can throw it in your book bag. You are ready to go wherever you are. Okay, and so that would be one. And then the other one is, I posted this in the Shine unit the other day, yesterday to be exact. And this is a booking script. I always love fun, new booking scripts. I mean, they pretty much always have the bare bones, like they all have a structure to them that makes sense. It always is going to tell what you're doing, why you're reaching out, what you're asking them to do, and then a specific call to action, because limbo is the worst place to be. I mean, nobody wants to be in limbo. And if you don't do a specific call to action and then they don't get back to you, you don't know if they're just blowing you off or if your text message just got buried. Like, I literally have so many text messages right now, and there are several that I need to get back to in my personal life. And at midnight last night, it's probably why I'm tired right now, I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot to get back to her. Okay, believe me, your customers are doing the same thing. They're not ignoring you. Their life is busy. And so remember to follow up. Follow up. Fortune's in the follow up. Okay, so here's a cute script. So it says, hey lady, this is so random, but I'm in a huge Mary Kay contest to earn a cruise. With little emojis. The emojis make it fun. That just keeps it light. And so this is so random, but I'm in a huge Mary Kay contest to earn a cruise. In order to win, I need to give away 5 free beauty sessions each week until June. You are not obligated to buy anything, and you get a $10 gift card as a thank you for helping. Ladies, if you really want to grow your business, don't skimp. I mean, really, if you give somebody a $10 gift card, there isn't really anything in our line that costs $10. I mean, an eyeliner is $12. So I just am saying that if you track it overall, if you were to see 100 faces, you might give away some $10 gift cards and they'll do nothing. But remember, our business is not magical, it's mathematical. And so if you were to like spread it out and to look at what you've done over time, it's going to even out, and it's going to even out in your favor. You're going to bless women. You're going to help them with their foundational growth, high self-confidence, because they're going to be loving the way their skin feels, and you're going to be making money. So, okay, here it is, because I started talking in the middle of the script. Okay. Hey, lady, this is so random, but I'm in a huge Mary Kay contest to earn a cruise. In order to win, I need to give away 5 free beauty sessions each week until June. You don't have to buy a thing, and you get a $10 gift card as a thank you for helping. I wonder if you might be adventurous enough to lend me your face. Could you help me? Listen, if there's any part of that that you don't feel like sounds like you, let's just talk about it. You can make your own words, but I don't want you to complicate it. And I want to make sure that whatever words you use, that you're still hitting those points, which is to say hello, which is to tell them why you're reaching out, which is to tell them what's in it for them, and which is to ask for a response. Can you help me? You know, you're asking them to respond, not just let me know if. That doesn't work. Can you help me? Can we do this? What have you got in the next 2 weeks? That kind of thing. So your script always needs to have a call to action so that you're not confused, they're not confused. And like I said, if they don't get back to you, you're not wondering, oh crud, you know, do they just not want to do this, or whatever, they're blowing me off. And I promise you that whatever you're thinking is probably not the thing. So let's stop making up stories. All right. So I think that was enough for today. I wanted to just share with you things that are, I don't want to call them little, because it is, all of this is a big deal. But what I mean is, I think it's a little effort. It just takes a little organization, and just to be on purpose about it. Okay. So I know that you guys can do it, and I just pray that you will continue to remain connected with me, because I want to help you with whatever is your specific, personal situation around this. Okay. Mwah. Love you guys. Have an awesome week.